As we move on to the men's doubles, and Danny Krishnanta coming back onto court for Singapore, having already won the mixed doubles, of course, this time being partnered by Triochat. They lost narrowly yesterday to Malaysia in the semi-finals in 3 games, as did Pranav Chopra and Akshay Devalka. They actually took the first game against Adcock and Mills, but couldn't sustain the effort. Our umpire for this match is Lawrence Bester from South Africa. Chopra, the tall man of the Indian partnership, De Walker, the shorter. Yeah, great to see so many kids here enjoying the badminton. Let's hope that it will inspire them to take up a terrific sport. It's a huge participant sport in the UK. In fact, one of the biggest, I think, after angling. It's somewhat more physical than fishing. Danny Krishnanta, we've already seen, of course, the 25-year-old who was born in Indonesia. Moved to Singapore in 2013. And that was 3 years after his partner had moved from Thailand to Singapore. 24-year-old Triochat. Fairly easy to tell those two apart. Let's look at the physiques. The Indian combination is a combination of youth and experience. The experience comes from De Walker, 26 years of age, born in Mumbai. And his partner is just 21 years of age, living in Hyderabad. He's the man with terrific power, Chopra. So, 1 match each in this best-of-5 tie. So who can seize the initiative, seize the advantage in the men's doubles? What do you think, Jill? Are there clear favourites? I confess I find it difficult to tell these two apart.
Yeah, it's very difficult as we look at Lawrence Bester, the umpire from South Africa. I think this could go either way, David.
Yeah, I'm inclined to that view as well. Teo Kianju from Malaysia, his service judge for this one.
Just before this match gets underway, David, I want to pick up on something you were saying about participation, badminton participation in this country. I've read a statistic that badminton is the 2nd highest participation sport globally.
Oh, that's fascinating. I suppose it helps that you've got the world's most populous country, China. It's one of their huge sports. I mean, Lin Dan, the double Olympic gold medalist in men's singles, is one of the mega stars of Chinese society, let alone Chinese sport.
Yeah.
And then Indonesia and India, vast populations.
Yes, India is the second most
biggest, and Indonesia the 3rd.
Mm.
Ladies on my right, India, represented by Akshay Devalka and Pranav Chopra.
Now, the umpires keep calling him Devalka, but Jill's been down to have a chat with him, and he assures us it's
And on my
DeWalker.
left, Singapore,
So we'll call him
represented by
DeWalker.
Danny Pisanta and Chayut Triachar. Singapore to serve. Chayut Triachar to Akshay Davalkar. Level, play.
Yes, I was lucky enough to bump into Akshay DeWalker earlier today, and I was asking him about, we were terribly concerned about whether he had hurt himself. He had a little slip, didn't he, in the men's doubles match during the semi-final, and I wondered whether he had injured himself, and I was asking him about that, and he said, no, I'm absolutely fine. And I was saying, well, you know, you're not playing mixed doubles today, and he was giving me a wonderful insight to how the team philosophy was going, and he was saying, no, we feel that this men's doubles is absolutely vital to the overall outcome of the bronze medal playoff, and everybody felt that he should be 100% fit and giving all of his effort to this men's doubles. Clever. Good rally.
Certainly was, and I loved a couple of cross-court clears in the middle of it.
Oh.
Now, the Indians are a great one for hand signals. Oh, now what's the umpire complaining about?
Yeah, he's saying that Triachart is wandering around the court too much in between points.
Now, have we worked out that that's
well
down the middle? Yeah.
Certainly yesterday, I thought that I'd worked it out, that meant serving to the tee, no serve to the tee. And then I saw a different hand signal, and he still served low to the tee. So I'm confused by it all.
Service over.
Quick reactions, great awareness from DeWalker.
Service over. 4-3.
Yeah, short.
Service over. 4.
Could tell as soon as it left the racket. Didn't push through the serve enough. That's well taken from Triachart. I was always taught on the serve, David, that you never think about hitting a serve. You think about just placing it over the net, and therefore that whole mental process of thinking about placing it means that you hit through the serve a little bit more. Now you see, now that service action to me is just too short and not enough of a sort of flow push through. A bit like a golfer putting, I guess.
Very much so. Just called good, but it looked long to me, and the Indians are incensed by the call. Now then, this will tell us. Oh no, might have caught the line.
No, I'm with the line judge on that one.
It was funny when you said compared the serving action with putting. I was thinking precisely that, because I know I don't follow through with my putts well enough. Mind you, Rory McIlroy doesn't. I don't, but he's a little bit better than me.
6, 7. Service over. 8, 6.
Body language there of Chopra, a little bit concerning, hands on hips. It's not good enough, says to himself.
Nine, 6. Service over.
Very good, very good with his defence, Chris Nanter, but that one got through.
Service over. 10, 7.
Nice idea from De Walker.
Eleven, 7.
Yeah, good serving that time on trial chart. And it's a 4-point advantage for the Singaporeans at the mid-game interval.
Yeah, coach Chow Yong-ju always tends to use all of his allotted time to talk to his players.
So, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for our Commonwealth that's doing a fantastic job. So,
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Use the hashtag 2014 Badminton.
Eleven, 7. Play.
Indian pair look a little bit flat to me today, David. I thought that with Kashyap Pally in the men's singles, but he was still good enough to win through. And the point I'm trying to get to is that, you know, these bronze medal playoff matches are desperate as an athlete. You know, they're the hardest matches I've ever had to play in my life, because you're so close to contesting for the gold medal. And the disappointment, and especially for India, because they played last night, so they've had less time to recover, not only physically, but mentally get themselves up again. And I think there's little signs that perhaps they're struggling with that at the moment. There's no questioning their desire. Don't misconstrue me. It's whether emotionally, after the desperate disappointment, they will have come here, India, believing that they could win the gold. And I know that Morton and I and you were discussing it earlier in the week, that India could.
Yep.
We said we could see India winning this gold medal. And here they are trying to salvage something, because whoever loses this bronze medal playoff match goes home with nothing.
Yep, fourth. It's the worst position, isn't it, to finish so close,
9.
but you get
13.
out. 9-13. Good judgment. Just drifting wide.
14. 9. Fifteen. 9.
Yeah, good service return. Serve fractionally high. Well, this looks to be
16.
a decisive lead opening
9.
up. But then we remember what happened last night when we were saying decisive lead for the Adcocks in the mixed doubles are set up, and what were they, 7 points up?
Yeah, 15-8.
17. 9. Service over. 10. 17.
It's a good smash from De Walker.
11. 17. Service over.
They were on the
18.
low serve.
11.
Oh, brilliantly played from Triachart. Well, he may be a big athlete, but
19.
my goodness,
11.
showed agility there at the net.
And
Look
his
at that.
racket skills are so good.
Mm.
And that drifts harmlessly long, and these now are 9 game points.
11.
Yep,
Service
good.
over. 12. 20. Hey.
And power this time from Triachart. Wraps up the opening game by a decisive margin of 21 points to 12 in merely 14 minutes. Just looking that little bit sharper throughout the opening game. Kristanta and Triachart. Of course, this would be huge for Singapore because they've only ever once won a medal in the mixed team competition. That was the silver in 2002 in Manchester. And I'm just thinking back for India. I mean, that was the first Commonwealth Games you and I covered together. And Indian badminton was in a pretty sorry state, but they're really now, I've heard you talking more players in the top 100 than any other nation. Obviously Saina Nehwal, who again, like Lee Chong-wei, the defending champion, unable to play here because of injury. They've got an outstanding woman, and their badminton future looks pretty rosy.
Very much so. And it's interesting that Gopi Chan, the head coach, he has really made a huge difference. And it's the development of all players, the fact that everybody trains together, as we see confirmation of that opening game going to Singapore. You know, India now, they're all based mainly in Hyderabad. They train together. As Guru Saidat was saying about Kashyap, that he feels Kashyap has given them all belief that they can do well. There's a really good team spirit, there's good sparring, success breeds success.
Service over. 1, love.
That's impressive attacking, and the fact that they're rotating the smasher so that not exhausting yourselves with 4, 5, 6 smashes in a row.
Service over. 2, 1. Service over. 2, all.
Oh, that's a good reaction from Triachart. My goodness me. Had to crouch down low, played what was a round the head shot. That there, he's not even watching the shuttle and still controlled it quite beautifully.
Four, 2.
Starting off this game as they finish the first, the Singapore pair. Already out to a 3-point advantage.
2.
De Walker's face, a look of puzzlement.
Six, 2.
Well, this is ominous times for Indian fans and delightful times for Singapore fans. Oh, that's a great smash. Well, the Singapore pair have won a couple of tournaments already this year. The Malaysian Grand Prix Gold and Sri Lankan International. And when you see them in full flow like this, one can understand how they've achieved that.
Yeah, the little block is good. But they have to make inroads into this lead.
Yeah, they've got to take more initiative within the rally, Indian combination.
Service fault called.
Service over.
Struck above the waist.
8-3.
Not convinced by that.
8-3.
Tall man, his waist pretty high.
Yeah. Problem is, on the flick serve, is that there's a tendency for, obviously, a right-hander, as they're holding the shuttle in the left hand, to just, the whole left arm just comes up slightly as you're going to generate that extra power on the flick. And so it is quite normal sometimes that the serve is struck a little bit higher, but it really is marginal. I hate to be a service judge. Good smash.
10-3.
Seven points, the lead already.
Service over. 4-10.
A look of astonishment as he missed it completely.
Service over.
Soon makes up for his mistake though, and it is a big, big lead at the mid-court interval.
Well, all credit to the Singapore pair because they've been very, very positive. Looking to attack, looking to hit the shuttle in a downward direction whenever they can. And this Indian pair have got to change that scenario.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. – 11-4. Play.
11-4 at the mid-game interval. Singaporeans still with the serve, of course.
Service over. 5-11.
Almost made the between the legs defence.
Indian pair doing exactly as I
6,
suggested, which is
11.
get on the attack, hit the shuttle down themselves to make the Singapore pair defend. And that, in a way, is doubles in a nutshell. It's all about the attacking play.
Service over. 12-6. Ball. Service over. 7-12.
Well, the Indians going in for a little bit of signage as well with the fingers. Pity, because that was a really good defensive block and the move forward.
13-7.
Here, that was an excellent shot into the space, but maybe the little let cord Just disturbed his rhythm.
Well, you know, David, I said earlier that I'd had the opportunity to speak to Walker before the start of this bronze medal playoff match, and he assured me that he was 100% fit. I'm not convinced by it because he seems so flat today. Yeah, that was better. But his whole demeanour, his whole body language, you know, you think back to yesterday against England, and, you know, he was fired up. There was a bit of a bounce in the spring in the step after rallies and so on. And, you know, that to me today, there's no facial expression and delight when they win a rally like that. It's, you know, he just doesn't seem himself to me.
9-14.
Joanna Gutter. Well, she's due to play the 5th and final match, women's doubles.
If we get that far.
10-14.
Well, this is at least an improvement because they've cut the lead in half. A couple more points and the Indians will feel they're back in this. Yeah, the Singaporeans having a little conversation with each other. Probably telling each other, come on, let's not panic. Let's get back to basics.
Service over.
Another error on serve from
15.
Chopra.
11. Service over. 12-15.
There was that little skip that we saw yesterday. Yeah, definitely more spring in the step.
13-15.
Singaporeans want the shuttle changed. The Indians don't, but the umpire's saying, change it. It's unusual because, I mean, you see far more badminton than I do, but normally if the team that's just won the point are happy with the shuttle, the umpire says, fine, carry on. Not this time, though.
Yeah, that's super.
Service over.
Delightful angle, delightful change of pace.
16-13.
Just imagine how good he could be if he got himself in a slightly better physical condition.
Well, the lead back out to 4 now, and at this late stage, you would imagine that would be decisive. Particularly now. trying to make the vital interception.
Yeah, and that just emphasises the point I was making
18,
just now
13.
about De Walker. You know, a little bit flat yesterday. All of those were working. I feel so desperately sorry for
Service
them
over.
because I know exactly what they're going for.
14,
These bronze medal matches
18.
are desperate. But, you know, this is sport. It's I suppose it's right and proper we have a bronze medal playoff match. But there is a serious issue about the scheduling and about the fact that Malaysia and Singapore played yesterday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning,
18.
and India, England had to play their semi-final 6:30 in the evening. So, you know, I can understand why you have two sessions, but today we've got two sessions, but we have an afternoon session. And, you know, you have to look at the fact that India, having played last night, have less time to recover physically. They have less time to recover mentally
Service
and
over.
emotionally. And I think that is taking its toll and playing its part today.
19.
Yes, one wonders why
15.
we didn't have an afternoon and evening session today, giving the losers of the second semi-final a little bit of extra time. No doubt there is some logistical reason for all that. But right now, Singapore need 2 points to move back in front in the tie. Five match points then.
20, match point 15. Service over. 16, 20.
Okay, Trichart broke a string on that last shot. Having to change his racket. This is the norm. It's the opportunity just to test out the new one. Still 4 match points. Yeah, it was pretty overwhelming, to be honest. They were always in charge. And they win Krishnanta and Trichart 21-12, 21-16. And Singapore are back in the lead in the tie.
That's won by
leading
Singapore,
by
21-12,
2 matches to 1,
21-16.
with 2 matches to come.
So, Singapore, they have taken the lead in this best of 5 match. The atmosphere here in Emirates Arena is absolutely electric. And hashtag 2014 Badminton is trending like crazy on Twitter. We want to see your tweets, we want to see your...
Yeah, De Walker never really get going in that match.
Right up there, you go, Team Singapore, Team India. We
Whereas
will show your comments.
Singaporeans always look very sharp in very appreciative crowd. Always a great spectacle, men's doubles. Let's confirm the score for you. 21-12, 21-16 in just over half an hour, 33 minutes. So India will have to win the 2 remaining matches if they are to claim the bronze. Coming up next, we will have the women's singles. And that, if India win that, and only if, it be the women's doubles to wrap up this bronze medal playoff. Morton Frost will be joining me for that women's singles, but in the meantime, let's look back at the men's doubles. Right from the start of this match, Nanta and
Server.
were in control. Started fast in both games, looked that little bit sharper, particularly in attack.
Server.
Delight on the face of the Singapore men's doubles pair as they put their country back in front in the tie 2-1.